I know that in the whole line of EVs, you use the grills with metal finish. It's some let's say this characteristic is from AKG, or is that from your research that you feel that it sounds better than the plastic grills? Or?
Of course, yeah. Metal generally allows us to have a thinner profile on the grill, and when you put any sort of speaker or any sort of covering over a transducer, it affects the overall tone, right, and the timbre of that transducer itself. And ideally you want to minimize the impact of that acoustic system, I call it. So that means that anything in front of the speaker is minimized as much as possible. And the benefit of using stainless steel in this application is we can keep it very thin and essentially get rid of any impact that it has on the output of the speaker itself. So we do a large amount of testing. Our team has given samples, and again, working closely with the design engineers and design team to get those samples and to do testing in an anechoic chamber with speakers behind that grill and showing what is the impact of the material in front of the transducer. So stainless steel, in our opinion, is one of the better materials to use due to its capability of being thin but still rigid. And obviously the design and integration still looks very gorgeous and custom made and integrated as well.
So it is a partnership with our design studios that we're a part of. So there's an aesthetic that we're achieving, as you mentioned, but it's sound transparency. So we tactfully chose sound transparency with the stainless execution, where we get the biggest enhancement relative to audio performance.
Okay.
And I'm pleased that you caught that detail. But yeah, we pay attention to every detail. We pay attention to every profile in the grill, because all of that matters. And then we have testing, and it's an exceptional collaboration with our design studios as well. Our design artists.
Okay. And another feature that I see in this car that I think is marvelous is the active noise cancellation. Noise cancellation, yes, because it's my first, let's say, experience with that. And also, if you are not listening music, the noise cancellation is working. I am impressive of that.
Yeah, I mean, so from a vehicle chief engineer perspective, it starts with the inherent structure of the vehicle and our global static torsion, the stiffness of the vehicle, and the inherent structure of the vehicle. That's the first part. The next part is the aeroacoustics over the vehicle. There's millions of hours in every vehicle that we do in computational fluid dynamics to make sure there's no wind buffeting happening, because the noise floor on an EV is obviously very, very low. There's no second order firing frequencies from like internal combustion engine. That's not there. That's acting as background noise. It's not there. And so every other noise becomes readily more apparent. The other thing we do with Cadillac is we have acoustic laminated glass all the way around the vehicle. So it's a viscoelastic layer that drops the noise transmission by numbers of dBs.
Mixing the Dolby Atmos, one of them lives in Argentina, the other lives in Caracas, and other lives in Miami. That's okay, in Miami, no problem. But I had the problem when I received a mix from Argentina. I don't have any place where listening that beside some studio, but that the studios maybe is the studio owned by a friend of mine, and I'm ashamed to tell him, hey, let me some time to listen that mixer for another guy that are not you. But right now I have that very advantage with the V-stick, that when I receive, immediately I put in my V-stick and can give some guidance to the mixing engineer.
And we've been hearing that from multiple, Grammy Award, like yourself, Grammy Award winning producers, studio owners, that for them the Cadillac is so good. It's a rolling studio, and they can adjust what they're hearing just based on what they're hearing in the Cadillac, and it's an incredible soundcheck experience. At that point in time, the creative community was recording in Dolby Atmos, and the top 100 songs, 85 of them were recorded in native Atmos. The thing was, there was really no place to play it back.
Right.
But I could see that we heard the sound. We heard the incredible sound that comes from it, the clarity, the detail. Right. So we clearly understood why the recording industry was so, into this. And even though there was no place to play it, and now I think it's 93 of the Billboard 100 are now in Dolby Atmos native. And then there's thousands and thousands of older tracks. I would love, Brandon Wheeler's here, the director of music for AKG Automotive. And Brandon, has incredible stories around how this happened as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think John did a great job too in again bringing his vision and what he saw and what he experienced with Dolby and in seeing the opportunity there. And obviously for us at AKG, we were very aware of this technology and what it would allow, right, in the automotive environment. So for us, we had to, I think, bring that to life in the right way. Again, keep it true to what the studio experience is, and working with the team at Dolby and collaborating with them closely, and likes of Brian Pennington and others who have the experience in knowing how do we set this technology up in a room the right way, what are the requirements and the specifications to follow, and our team really diving into that, on the acoustics team and whatnot, to understand what processing do we need to manage as far as distribution of energy, right? Because we know we have to play energy out of all of these different transducers.
Thank you very much to all of you, both of you, for being here with me and to give me this present, to be here with me, talking about my passion, that is music, Dolby Atmos, Cadillac EVs, cars, and I think and I'm sure that our audience will be very helpful with that information that we give us.